Hello, my name is MikeGebhardt with DDS Analytics, and we were tasked to review attrition and monthly income for your company. Let's go ahead and take a look at the agenda, what I'm going to cover in this review. First thing I want to do is review the provided data set, what was given to us for evaluation. Then I'd like to discuss variable correlation. I want to provide top factors for employee attrition. I know that's very important to you. Also provide top factors affecting monthly income. And the last two items, we were asked to create a model to predict attrition with at least 60% specificity and sensitivity, and also create a model to predict monthly income within $3,000 of our MSE. So first here is just an overall summary of the data set that we were provided, as you can see here. And just taking a look at some overall observations, the HR staff in the company seems very low, only 4%. And HR, they tend to deal with employee issues, and they could actually help to prevent attrition. Also, job satisfaction, the mean for job satisfaction is lower than the performance rating. So what that tends to indicate is that high-performing employees are not satisfied. And also training hours are very low for what appears to be an R&D focused employee base. And then we decided to look at correlation of all the numerical values that was in the data set. And you can see here it shows all the variables and how they're correlated. Not many had a strong correlation. There were some that were fairly obvious. So none of these were really surprising, didn't reveal anything interesting or of note, truly. And then we just decided to maybe dig a little deeper and see what's going on here. We did notice something odd. You can see on the right-hand side, there's a scatter plot of all the financial variables, so hourly rate, daily rate, monthly income. And there's no direct correlation. There's just random scatter plots there. As you would expect, monthly income would be a salaried employee is right skewed. So that means there tend to be more employees with lower incomes. So next we decided to look at the attrition variables and what variables are affecting attrition. So you can see here when we used random forest, it identified several items that would be considered impactful to the attrition rate. So that's overtime, monthly income, stock option level, years at company, total working years, marital status, etc. So you can see here which variables are having the most impact. And the random forest confusion matrix actually shows a rather high accuracy rate, sensitivity of almost 85%, and a specificity of 100%. We looked at the KNN model for predicting attrition, and it also had a very high accuracy, high sensitivity, and a specificity above the 60% threshold. So because the accuracy and sensitivity were higher and the specificity is still well over 60%, we decided to go with the KNN model for our predictions of attrition. Then we dug a little bit deeper into each of the factors that were affecting attrition, and you can see here, maybe this will help you to make some decisions. So overtime, you can see these are all split no yes. So the yes attrition on the right-hand column of that overtime chart, you can see 57% of employees working overtime left the company. So that seems to be having a very strong impact. And when you look at the stock option level, the lower the stock option level, so again, look at the yes column. So these are individuals that left the company. So 70% of individuals who left were at stock option 0. Marital status, married and single individuals seem to be the ones who left. And then years at company. So if you look again at the right-hand column of the years at company, you can see the percentage of employees that left. It's heavily right skewed again. So this shows you that employees who are not with the company for a very long time are leaving. In total working years, again, looking at that right-hand column, the employees who left, who fell through attrition, they also tended to be new to the workforce in general. So this could be their first job out of college. Both ends of extremes, extremely involved and not very involved employees, both had lower attrition. So then we looked at monthly income. And what are some of the factors to predict monthly income? So we ran a linear regression model, and you can see here Some of the factors that definitely were positively correlated to monthly income. And down below, you can see the R squared value, 94.98%. And the standard error was well under 3,000. It was 1,057. So the model seemed to be very um, effective. And then we just tried something called a stepwise regression, which is another tool out there. And they also had some variables. Now, the ones that were common across both, those will help you determine which employees have a higher monthly income or which has an impact on monthly income. And we decided to go with a linear regression at the end of the day. Stepwise itself, it's intriguing, but it's also prone to overfitting. So that's why it tended to be just slightly higher. And the difference was very, very small, only $11. Um, the R squared value was higher for the linear regression, and the adjusted RSME was actually identical. And both were well below the $3,000 threshold required. But because stepwise tends to be overfit, we decided to go with linear regression, more standardly accepted model. So in conclusion, the factors that appear to be affecting attrition based on the data, overtime, remember, monthly income, stock option level, years at the company, and total working years. And the overall factors affecting monthly income, as we just mentioned. Holistically, overall, to prevent attrition, some ideas that have been suggested here that you could follow. So first, increase the HR staff, improve employee training initiatives, try to restrict overtime when possible, and focus on your newly hired employees to ensure that they don't just leave quickly. So that's the summary. I hope you learned something and hope you enjoyed the presentation. Have a great day.